Thanks for checking out another one of our repair videos here. This is a, well, I've already fixed this thing. I had to go through it and just figure it out. This is an old PEL 350 unit. It's a AC powered 110, 120 volt. It's a model or a brand that used to be sold here in the States back in the day. It's an old school unit. This brand is not sold here in the States anymore. They got eventually got bought out by True Test, which is the owners of Stay Fix and Speed Right. They do make the PEL brand still, but it's nothing like these. It's just a blue case version of Speed Right over in Europe of their stuff. But a lot of the parts are discontinued for this unit. When we got it in, it came on and flashed a little light there in the front, but it wouldn't click, and you were getting no output out of the thing. So I was like, well, check the primary of the transformer. It read correct. It read 0 to point something ohms, so it was fine. So I knew it should discharge through it. So I didn't know about the output part of it yet, but I knew that since this read 0 point something ohms, that should click. That means the board should discharge through it. So we started looking around, and I pulled the board out. The board just kind of wiggles and pulls from underneath this transformer, and started just testing stuff. And there's a big capacitor set right here. This is not the same one. This is out of a Gallagher new style Gallagher M800. It's a little bit bigger. It's a 45 microfarad capacitor. The one that was in there was a 40. So I pulled it off the board, tested it, and read like 1.2 or something like that, real low. Like, okay, well, let's pull that out of there, and we'll solder this one in and see what happens. We had to kind of, retrofit it in there, and I didn't want something too big that wouldn't fit. And everything. So when we got this board out of here, we had to run the wire through the board, solder onto it, and then run it over to an adjacent, electrically the same spot. So that's what we did right there, that one. And the same thing over here, soldered it there, and ran it up, soldered it to an adjoining spot, because the wires were too big to fit through the hole on the board. I had to drill the hole out a little bit bigger, run the wire through it, and then the wires ended up being a little too short. Oops, too short, so I had to put an extra piece of wire in there to splice it together. The purple one, because I had to cut it to length to be able to fit in there. Then it came on and was clicking. I was like, okay, well, now we're heading the right direction. But then it was only putting at like 3.8 kV, and I figured this thing should be like 6,000 volts, give or take. So I said, well, maybe the transformer is best. So I pulled the transformer out, put a new transformer in there, another style of transformer, because you can't buy this transformer anymore. So I set a new transformer in there of some sort, put it in, same voltage reading. I knew that transformer was brand new and good. So I was like, well, transformer's not our issue then. So I was like, well, there's two more capacitors set right here. I was like, well, maybe those are bad, because I checked out some of the resistors and diodes that were on the board here and there, and all that stuff was checking out good. Like, well, this is something to do with these other little parts, but it is coming on and clicking and flashing, so I think that's probably okay at the moment. So I pulled the capacitors out that were right here, and then I had to, they're a little bit narrower. These are same rating, basically, and solder them in place. But I had to put one into the solder joint that needed to go, and then it was supposed to reach all the way over here. Well, it's too short, so I drilled a hole, ran the wire through, and jumpered over to it. And did the same thing right here. Just put a little bridge right there from where solder's in right there. Put the other end right here, drilled a hole in the board, and then ran it over here. Then it was clicking a little bit better. It sounded a little bit healthier, and it was putting out now it's putting like 6 point something kV, a little over 6,000 volts or so out of it. So now it's working fine. So if this had been sent to anybody else, the guy probably would have been told, because they're going to do board swap, and then since you can't get the boards anymore from anybody, the manufacturer or whatever, you're basically stuck with, what are my options? Either fix it or replace it. Well, most people won't be able to fix it because they don't know what they're doing. So they'll have to say, well, sorry, sir, I can't fix this for you. You have to go and buy a new, $300 charger, which is fine if you want to do that. But, there's got two new capacitors here, a brand new capacitor there. The rest of the unit works fine. So, buy a new one and have your old one fixed it for a rainy day, or this new one's come with a longer warranty. This only comes with this board has a 1.5 year warranty on it now on the repairs. So I was like, well, use this as your primary one, and then buy the new one that has a longer warranty, 2 or 3 year warranty, and have that one as your backup. So now we'll plug it in, turn it on, clicking right along. We're gonna so a little light flashing there on the front, right there. We'll put a fault finder tester right here. Let's use it real quick since it's handy. And put the fence and ground across it with the ground probe on the Gallagher tester. And reading 7,000 volts, 6.9 kV, 6.8, right where it should be, 6.6. So reading fine. So then if you want to see the kind of spark this little thing throws, it throws a pretty decent spark out of it. So now it's working fine. So hopefully it's like this kind of stuff. I mean, we work on a lot of different brands, electric fence boxes, old stuff, new stuff. Though we try to rebuild things when we can. So if you got a fence charger wants to be worked on, hit us up, try to help you out. Send one in to us and we have to take a look at it. So until next time, see you later on.